Hello everyone out there in YouTube land, my name is Will, this is Will of the Nerds, and we're back with another deck tech video. And the last one we did is Wolves, as you can see, a red-green deck. It is probably the cheapest deck I've done so far. Without buying the lands, it's like $10, which, you know, my whole spiel about buying basic lands, don't buy them. You probably have friends that have them, especially if you want to try to get into the game. Somebody you know has basic lands that they'll give you. But we are going to jump right into another one. This one is Spider Deck. So, we're just going to call it Spiders. Casual play as usual. And like we always do, we are going to start with the basic lands. So we have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 forests. Okay, let's put them off to the side here. 11 enter, and then we have some swamps. Let's see how many we got. 1, 2, 3, 4 swamps. Oh, I have 12 forests. I miscounted one. Okay, so we have to add a forest to that. Bump that up 1. So we are at 16, and then we have a play set of Foul Orchards. Foul Orchard. Boom. These are all from Magic Origins, surprisingly. Right? Nope, Shadows over Innistrad. I'm an idiot. I thought it was the Magic Origin symbol. My mistake. I'm a pleb. Anyway, we're going to look in here. I guess we'll get... I think they're all basically green. So you'll have to bear with me here for a second while I go through and try to figure out what's what. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Okay, I got some multicolored ones, but we're going to have to go through here and look. I do have a newer spider in here. I think we only have 2 of her. So, yeah. Okay. I don't think there's any spells in this at all other than creatures. I think it's just all creatures. Okay. So we have Arasta, I believe is how you pronounce it, of the Endless Web. 2 of. She is... from Theros Beyond Death. Well, it's not that one. It's not that one. Yeah, it's just the regular art card. Well, I guess it's regular art. They have multiple different arts. So yeah, she's just beautiful looking. Reach. Whenever an opponent casts an instant or sorcery spell, create a 1/2 green spider creature token with Reach. And this is why you really don't need any spells. Unless you want to get some card draw in here. Or like something to help you search your library for something. But, like, all of the spiders have Reach, and some of them have Death Touch, so you don't really need a whole lot. Like, you don't need murder spells, because some of them have Death Touch, and you don't need stuff to kill flying creatures, because almost all the spiders have Reach. So, until they get some big stuff out, you really don't have to worry. But it's just kind of... this is more, I guess, like a defensive deck. It's like a real casual-esque kind of deck. Alright, so now I have to go through and find the rest of the cards and organize them. Okay. I think that's it. Which this one's probably going to compete with the Wolf deck for being one of the cheapest. So, again, there's probably a decent amount of rare spiders that you could put in here, but a lot of these are what I had that were cheap. So we have a playset of Deadly Recluse spiders, and they are, surprisingly again, from all M14. All right. I think it just has Reach. Oh, it has Reach and Death Touch. Okay. That is nice. Oh, it's a Recluse spider, so yeah, that makes sense. The brown recluse apparently is one of the deadliest spiders in the world, if you didn't know. That's just what heard. It could be probably wrong. Like, it could be wrong. Things change. They could have found a new spider. It could just be people being scared. I know the Black Widow spider is really poisonous, but a lot of the things have gone down because people don't shit in outhouses anymore. And they like, from what I understand, what, cold... cool and damp kind of places. So, like, they would hide in outhouses because it's the just kind of places they like to hide. And, yeah, that's why people got bit in the ass back in the day, because that's just like, it's just like where they, that's just where they like to hide. Yes, English. Good at it. All right, so I have 4 of these, but I have 2 from, like, the Zendikar and 2 from M15 through the Gatewatch. So we'll look at it, and then we'll get the other 2. Reach, whenever Netcaster Spider blocks a creature with flying, it gets a +2/+0 until end of turn, which is nice. So it might be able to kill it if it has flying. All right, and then we have 2 more, which they are from M14 or M15. I thought it was M14. It's M15. Okay, so we're actually flying through this pretty quick. Again, there's probably a lot more rare spiders that you could put in here. So, you know, that's all up to you and what you want to do. So we have Giant Spider. Giant Spider. We have 3 of them, and I have 2 from like a dual deck and 1 from M14. They're probably all worth about the same, so I'm going to go with the one that's from the dual deck if it's here. There it is. All right. And now it is time for Somberwald Spider. And I got to go through and find it. Nope, that one's not right. There we go. There's one of them. And I probably only have 2 of these ones. Okay. So I got to look. I thought I had 2 of like all of these, but apparently I got 3s and 4s of a lot of them. Okay, so Somberwald Spider. 2 of, is this the original Innistrad? I think it is, isn't it? Yep. What do? You just have reach. Reach. When it enters the battlefield with... Oh, it enters the battlefield with 2+1/+1 counters on it if a creature died this turn. Okay. That's not bad. It'd be better if it had flash. If it had flash, then... Okay. Then it would be a little better. That one you could probably take out for another spider or some kind of other spell if you want. I've taken a few spiders out of this and like re-added stuff. And taken other spiders out. I went through, like I said, a lot of these decks I make from just cards I have, and I didn't pay attention to the name. I looked at the art, and I realized I had like 6 of Giant Spiders and 6 of, what was it, Netcaster Spider, because they have different art. And I was like, oh, that needs changed. So I went through and did that. So now we have Oran Reef Spider. Oran Reef Recluse. That's what it is, yeah. 2 of them. Oran Reef Recluse. There you are. Are these the dual decks? No, they are from Zendikar. Kicker, which I really don't do kickers too much. But you can pay an additional 3 mana on top of its already 3 mana cost. It has reach. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, destroy target creature with flying. I mean, it's a nice kind of mid-game spell if you have the mana out to play it. That way you can destroy a creature. Okay, now we are... I thought this one was a rare for some reason. It is not. But I have a playset of them. Okay. Watcher of the Web. And we have a play set of them. Watcher in the Web. I should learn how to read. I just see it and I go with it. And there it is. We have a play set of these. I think they're all from the same set. Yeah, it's only from Shadows over Innistrad. 25 cents a piece. 25 cents a piece. Reach. Whenever Watcher in the web can block an additional 7 creatures each combat. Jesus fucking Christ. I forgot that was its ability. So, yeah, that's why there's a playset of them in there. It's, I mean, it gives you a turn if everybody does an all-out assault on you, I guess. Alright. So we have Swift Spinner for the next one. Do I have any more? I do not. Swift Spinner. I feel like there's more than 60 cards in this deck. I don't know why, because it feels like I still have a decent amount left, even though I really don't. Like, there's still copies of, like, multiple copies of stuff. Flash. Okay, this one has Flash and Reach. The one that I think should have Flash doesn't have Flash. But there you go for that one. And now we have Hatchery Spider, which I think is a 2 of. Yes. And all right. I thought I only had a 1 of one of the spiders, but I have another one. I think this one I had a few of in here at one point, and I got rid of 2 of them to put something else in here. Guilds of Is this really Guilds of Ravnica? Okay, so Reach, Undergrowth. Whenever you cast the spell, reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. You may put a green permanent card with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. I have a couple more of these. They would probably work in a different deck, but it's a spider. It's a chance to get some bigger spiders out, even though there really isn't any bigger spiders. I'm going to have to look. Like, a lot of these decks, the wolf deck, I feel like I should do a little more research. Try to find some rare wolves to put in there. Maybe find some more rare spiders to put in here. But it works out. It's, like I said, it's a cheap deck for somebody that's maybe trying to get into the game. You should be able to find a lot of these cards pretty easily. And chances are one of your friends has one of these is I'm getting ahead of myself. Anyway, chances are, like, if somebody just gives you a collection of cards, your friend's gonna have, you know, a few spiders on hand, especially these cheaper ones, to give you, or if that's what you want to do. They're gonna be easy to find, cheap to pick up, easy to get into, because they all have the same basic mechanic. So it's kind of an easier deck to get into. These are all from Eternal Masters. Sentinel Spider, Reach, Vigilance, and Reach. Okay, that's not bad. Was there 4? Did I 1, 2? I have 3 of them. Did I add 3? I was too busy in thought. I wasn't paying attention. Sentinel Spider. Yeah, 3. Okay, we're good. We're at 48. Yeah, okay. So it looks like we'll probably have 60. We're running out. Sky Snare. I guess I need the other S in there to might help. 1, 2, and that's Magic Origins. Yes, that's Magic Origins. All right, Vigilance and Reach. A lot of these are pretty high mana cost too, which is kind of weird. So I don't know. You might have to take a couple out and throw a couple more lands in here, or do something to help with mana cost. Like, just actually looking for the first time, they're pretty expensive. Silk Lash Spider. We have 2 of them. They are from, they're from different sets. Okay. Silk Slash Spider. 1 is from Commander set, and 1 is from the core set. Magic 13? Yeah, Magic 13. Yeah. What do you do? Reach. You can pay X into green. Deals X damage to each creature with flying. Okay, that one's a good one to get out. I'm assuming you can pay that any time. Yeah, because it's not when it enters, like a monstrous cost or something like that. So that one's a good one to have in there. All right, we have Spider Spawning, which is the only non-creature card in this deck, I do believe. And they're from Innistrad. There we go. As you can assume, yeah, creates tokens. Put a 1/2 green spider creature token with reach onto the battlefield for each card in your graveyard. Oh, and it has flashback too, which is nice. So you can cast it from your graveyard and exile it. So you get it twice. That's what I like. I like cards with flashback. That's probably one of my favorite mechanics. And I do have a deck that has a card in it that has Cipher. I really like that mechanic too. It's neat. You can exile it and then imprint it on a card, and whenever that card deals damage, that ability triggers again. That's cool. Reach and trample for a 5/5. Like, some of these things are big, but it takes a while to get them out, and if you don't have anything to help get them out, then you get kind of screwed. So now we have Obelisk the Tormentor. No, Obelisk Spider for a play set of them. And there we go. We can find it. Hour of Devastation. And Reach. Whenever it deals combat damage to a creature, put a -1/-1 counter on that creature. Whenever you put one or more -1/-1 counters on a creature, each opponent loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. And that's like the biggest one I have in here. It's a 1/4, which is kind of surprising, but that's kind of why I made the spider deck. It was, I was like, I have a bunch of spiders. I like this one. I did a little look in, and I was like, I only have a few rare spiders, but that'll work. I mean, if you can look, you might be able to find a few more rare spiders and get rid of some of these other ones and throw in some other spells to like search cards and get those out quicker, or maybe play an additional mana per turn. But we'll save that. Excuse me. We have 38 creatures and 2 sorceries for 20 lands. I would probably take a couple of these spiders. Like, I would take a Netcaster Spider out, put some more lands in here. Definitely put more lands in here. At least 4 more lands. So, like, take a giant spider out, take 2 Netcaster Spiders out, and do we have a 3 of? Take another Sentinel Spider out. Throw more lands in this deck. Please, for the love of God, throw more lands in this deck if you do this. I need to do that. Most expensive card is Arasta of the Endless Web, it looks like. And this is a $10 deck. And again, don't pay for your lands, so that's $2 less. So this is like an $8 deck. This one's cheaper than the Wolf deck. Visual spoilers. A lot of these spiders have been, like, they're older. They don't see any play, or they've been reprinted a lot. So, like, some of these uncommon ones, like common ones, this one's, in my opinion, this one's a good one to keep a playset of. But, like, some of these you can get rid of to see if you can find rare spiders to take their place. Take some out to put more land in it. It needs to have more land in it. So we'll look at the starting hand. And a forest. Grant, you're probably going to die playing this deck. Foul Orchard. Draw a card. Play your land. Recluse Spider. So you're getting Reach and Death Touch there. Add another card. Play Forest. There's 4. You can play Arasta. Okay, so we have 4 mana. And what can we do? I mean, this one has Flash and Reach. I would probably play the Deadly Recluse again. Jesus. Okay, this is where you can probably play that. Because, in my opinion, this is more a defensive deck until you have opportunities to attack. Because, I mean, they're like spiders. Spiders, from what I understand, are not very aggressive. They set their web and they wait for people to fall into the web. Or they wait for things to come into the web. So you're basically just kind of waiting for your opportunity. Like you're playing defensive, and then when you have an opportunity, you strike and you hit them. You know what would probably make this deck a little more interesting? If you can find a spider that gives poison counters, or a card that gives your creatures poison counters. That would honestly, it would make this deck a whole hell of a lot more annoying, but it would make it more interesting because they're poisonous spiders. You can name it Poisonous Spider Deck. I'll have to look into that. If there's a cheaper card that gives all of your creatures where they do poison damage, that would be the way to go. Anyway, where were we at? I think we played Silk Slash. And we have 5 mana. I would maybe just go with this for right now. And I would assume like we've pinged for a little damage here and there. 1 or 2. You've probably only done like, let's say 3 damage at this point. Because your whole point is just kind of hold your Deadly Recluses back to kill stuff. I probably wouldn't play anything. I would probably do this ability if they have something with flying. If not, you can play a card. We'll just play that for right now to get it out of your hand. And this has Vigilance and Reach, but we need 1 more mana to play it. Excuse me. Can we kick this? No, we need 1 more mana to kick that too. Probably Watcher in the Web would be the best thing, because then you could have a blocker. And chances are it's going to die, but it's going to be able to block 7 things. So, come again. That has Vigilance and Reach. So, there you go. Sentinel Spider. Alright, there's your other land. That's where you could play this. I would probably play this. Then you get to destroy a creature. You're still probably only pinging for a few. So, probably turn 10, you've probably only done about 5 damage at this point. Maybe. Like you're slowly probably eating away at creatures, like you're blocking them. They can't get through with flying stuff, which is nice for Sandworm Convergence. My hatred for that card. And if you've watched any of one of my previous videos, I went over how much I hate that card. But you can't do anything with my spiders because they don't fly. They just block your flying crap. I hope you can feel the salt coming through the screen right now. It's just pouring. I'm taking the cap off the salt shaker and just dumping it on my desk right now. Anyway, like it said, this is more a defensive deck. It's kind of hard to see how it would go with this because you need to kind of wait for your opponent to make moves. Where some of the other decks where you can be like, okay, you can attack, you can attack, keep going, like just put the pressure on. This one you kind of got to sit back. It would be better, like I said, if you had something, if you could find a card that does poison counters and put it in here, that would make it a lot more deadly of a deck. And there's the probabilities of everything. And with that, we will end the video. So if you guys could please like, subscribe, share, hit that bell icon. That way you get notified every time I upload a new video. You can follow me over on Facebook and Twitter. The links to those are in the description. And with that, I'll see you guys on the next one.